Yeah, hi there, this is tux.com again. Welcome on my video channel. And since it is first video in the year 2020, I wish you a very happy new year 2020. And guess who made the main discussion in the beginning of the new year? Yeah, right, Skylum with an update for Luminar 4, which brings it to version 4.1. Skylum claims to corrected some errors. At least for the Windows version, I can state that the memory management is improved. It takes much less memory and gives it back if you go back from image processing back to the browse mode. But let's go to the desktop PC and take a look on the changes they made. Okay, let's start Luminar 4.1. And as you can see, that is build number 5191. And here we got the browse mode. And what you can see now, what they improved, you can use the page up or page down keys to walk through all your images. Or you can use the cursor keys. Made a little sample album here just to show you some effects. Let's take, for example, this one. Now the images read in, and here you notice the severe change in color from the presenting the thumbnail in the album and the full-size view here in the browser. Okay, if we go over to the info tab, I would wish that those information, it's not much at all, like the lens this image was shot with is still missing. That might be displayed here in the bottom. There's enough room to do that, to give you more overview right away. Okay, let's go to the edit tab. First we might apply some details, sharpen the image a little bit. Then we go to the highlights and shadows. I bring down the highlights a little bit and open up the shadows a little bit, like this. And last procedure, I might do a AI accent enhance and an AI sky enhancer. And with this result I could live, even though you could take here the looks and apply them to the image. There is some problem still with the histogram. If you go down here, for example, with the exposure, I go down and down and down. And just like in the last version, the histogram here on top is adjusted after you lose the ruler. That is not okay to me. Okay, we clear those adjustments. Maybe go to that one. And here again, you got those, differences in colors between the, let's say preview and the image which is finally presented in the edit tab. And if I move in here with the 100% view and move to that position here, probably like this, and I open up the same image in Lightroom that was done from a virtual copy where I resetted all image processing I did on this one, but I think that sharpness and details here in the raw is still is a little bit better than in Luminar 4. But of course we can sharpen the image, probably like this, enhance the details a little bit, then go down with the highlights and open up the shadows just a little bit. And then we go to color, give it a little bit more saturation and vibrance. And that should be all the image processing I will do to that. Like in the last version here, you got the history, where you can see all the changes you applied to the image. But what Luminar did, therefore I kept this tool here visible, is it seems like they repaired the memory leak in the program. So now every image processing you do will result in a reasonable memory usage, and if you go back to the library, memory used for image processing is freed by the program. Very good to me that now you can walk through your images by using one of the cursor or page down or page up keys. That makes it a lot easier than to use the wheel from your mouse to walk through your images. But Skylum has to do a lot of work in correcting the color error you occur when you switch from the image in the browse mode to either full size, or even if you go to the edit tab. There is a lot of difference in color, and that is quite irritating for your image processing. Still, there is the error that the sharpness appearance of an image, if you didn't process it in any way, is a lot less compared to the same image in Lightroom 100% view. That should be corrected too for the next version. Hopefully Skylum will do that. And another thing is the Luminar 4.1 still is very slow on exporting images, let's say to JPEG or to TIFF files. I tried it with 50 images from a time-lapse sequence that were relatively smaller files from my Lumix G81, and for those 50 images, exporting them to JPEG in full size but on 75% quality, it took almost 8 minutes to export those images, and that is way too much. At least there is still the error that the histogram is not updated if you process the image, like let's say exposure, or open up the shadows or bring down the highlights. That is only updated if you release the ruler, and that is guessing around where your brightest or darkest areas in the picture are. That should be corrected in the next release. So as a conclusion, all I can state now is that Luminar 4.1 has some improvements with this update, but there are a lot of errors still there in the program, and Skylum should make any effort to correct those errors, because as the state of the program is right now, I stick to my advice to use Luminar 4.1 as a plug-in for Lightroom only and not as a standalone program. And planning for Luminar 4.1 to be a standalone program, there should be more information about the selected image. There is enough room on the right hand side to display at least the full EXIF metadata. Okay, that were my thoughts on the new update. If you have any questions, you're welcome to place them in the comments on this video, or also on the corresponding blog post. And if this video was a little bit of help for you, you might place a like on the video, and I surely would appreciate it if you subscribe to this channel, but then be sure to hit the bell to get notification every time I upload a new video. Okay, that was the first video in 2020. All I have to say is till the next time, ciao, Tux Oche.